Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Stefy Bull, Stefy, thank you for linking up with me at short notice. I wanted to speak to you because there's a lot happening surrounding your gym and your fighters. One of the first things I want to speak to you about is Zolani Tete. Your guy Jason Cunningham fought him 3-4 months ago, and it's just been announced in the last couple of days Tete tested positive for a banned substance.
Yeah, crazy situation. It's the first time in all these years of boxing, as a fighter, manager, trainer, promoter, I've come across this situation or been in something like this. So we just found out, been tagged in a tweet a couple of days ago, the situation. So then obviously got straight onto board, straight onto Jason's promoters, and just kind of trying to find out the situation. And we're all like in dark, but Jason has got a lawyer who's now involved and searching for answers to find out where we're at, what substances have claimed to have been used, find out situation of a B sample. So we're just crazy, we're just in dark and we're just chasing up.
That's interesting. I actually didn't know. So you found out from being tagged in a tweet. I assumed you would have been given some sort of letter or email from the boxing board.
We've not received anything, just tagged in a tweet on social media, and then I've just called out to Boxing Board of Control, and they just confirmed that it's under investigation.
That's very, very strange. Obviously, we had the big thing with the Conor Benn situation, which everyone jumped on, but I feel like this is kind of being brushed under the carpet. So I think it's only fair that Zolani Tete is obviously held to account as well. So are you able to say what substance it was?
No, don't even know. Not like... Same again, we're all reading. I sat Jason down last night because lad's just overthinking, bless him. He's like, you know, can you imagine what happened? It was a devastating knockout, and believe it or not, for weeks, not so much banter, but he says, I'm telling you that it was freakish, and he just thought it was just the fact that he stepped up to world level and accepted that. But Jason's a very good fighter. He's been in with good fighters such as Yafai, Heavy Punches over the years. Over the years he's been in with very good fighters, and he says he was just a freak of nature. And he said even his jab and everything was so strong. So we're just like looking into South African media and seeing what they say and coming up with these words. And there's that saying, innocent until proven guilty. So it's just that this is where we're at. So we're just searching names, what it is. We've not been told what substances has been found. We're kind of aware of, same again by reading through South African media, that we're just reading they've got this B sample to look into. So that this is where we're at, and this is why we've got lawyers involved. Jason's got lawyers involved to chase up and get some clarity of where we're at.
That's very, very odd, because the assumption would be if he tested positive for something. I'm assuming it happened during that fight. Was it? Do you know anything about that?
No, just same again. We believe it's happened from that fight. It's not fought like before that, and it's obviously we UKR with what's happened in Britain. So it's got to have been the Jason testing after Jason's fight. So
it's ukad, so it would have been tested in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a ruling of fighter's discretion, so it's down to him. Like, obviously, remember, he's not sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. It's the South African Commission, and he's entitled until he's been found guilty to have discretion from his side. So I'm assuming this is why none of us has been told anything, due to his discretion.
So again, this is a complete assumption because we don't really know. So there's every chance that he might have failed the post-fight drugs test.
Every chance, yeah. This is what we're assuming.
Did they both get tested before the fight?
After. Yeah.
Common sense tells us it's going to be the post-fight one.
Yeah.
So based on that, you would think it makes sense, then, doesn't it? So if he's governed by the South African Boxing Board, so does that also mean that the British Boxing Board can't really punish him, can't overturn the result, can't really do anything about it?
I'm not sure on them kind of results. If he's found guilty, it's a no contest. That's 100%. That's the rules. The board have clarified that with me in emails. It's just a matter of, I think I'm gathering it's basically the test from Jason's fight, and we're waiting on a B sample to be tested. Results.
And you're also banking on the South African Boxing Board to play this completely neutral and Obviously, if he has done something wrong, hold him to account. What do you guys? What kind of say do you have in that? Because you're basically relying on them. Because if they turn around and say, "Oh, we accept his story, he's not
No,
guilty,"
I think there'll be rules if he's got a banned system, it's not. I would imagine, or I'm assuming, it was going to be taken out of the South African commissions. It's crazy, isn't it? Because it's just that saying innocent until proven guilty. So I think it's all going to pan out. This is why Jason's got a lawyer, because we want immediate answers. We want to be enlightened the situation. We just want clarity of where we're at. But you just think of where this leads to. Jason was number one fighter in Europe, no questions. Number one, flying high, best he's ever been, in form of his life, European champion, Commonwealth champion, IBF international champion, ranked number 7 by IBF, ranked high by WBO. And now, after that devastating knockout, everything taken away, it's almost as if that lad's got to start again. Mentally, it's not been good for him. His position with his rankings, his positions, his financial package while he were winning. So there's a lot of, Jason's got a lot of all this in his head, what happens and where we're at and stuff like that. So it's just going to all unfold. But what a crazy situation to be in, all on fighters potentially cheating.
it is crazy. And the points he raised are quite interesting because, like you said, if Jason won that, he would have earned more money in his next fight. He still would have had his belts. He's now not got his belts. He's obviously technically, with it, even if it's ruled a no contest, he's still not going to get paid what he probably would have got paid if he won.
This is what we need, clarity or some help and advice on that. But, you know, I'll give Frank Warren and Queensbridge Promotions have been fantastic with Jason. Since he signed with him and even looked after us when he fought Brad Foster in the away corner. They've gave us support and always had Jason's back. So there's no doubts from there and that they'll be supporting us. And when I had spoke to them, everybody were just unaware of the situation. So let's see what happens over the coming weeks now.
Interesting times. And just moving on, obviously it's a hot topic and you've been quite vocal on social media. So we've kind of gathered, the whole Tasha Jonas, Terry Harper rematch situation where, the latest thing online yesterday was that Eddie's apparently put in a £500,000 bid or somewhere in that region. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I don't know. Like, it's not for me to be saying figures or I'm not the one that's sending offers, but as far as I'm aware, it's probably twice as much of a previous highest payday. I know some male fighters world titles that I've been involved in. It's a lot more than what they've earned in big fights. It's a big substantial. It's crazy, isn't it? Because I've seen the interview that Natasha did saying the first one won't and it is. Remember, it's 10 2-minute rounds. I do think it is a big offer. Eddie's serious about making the fight and wanting the fight, and you've only got to see on social media that everybody seems to want the fight. I'm getting blame. So what have I done? Like, been a bit gobby on social media or on Twitter. Can you imagine how many fights would Tyson Fury have if they were going to start saying we're not fighting him because of what he said? It's a little bit childish, innit? It is what it is. There's no friends in this game. Your friend, it's like what we're supposed to do, all shook hands and supposed to be pals and stuff. So it is what it is. The game's a business, and maybe they're just playing the game to get the best financial package, but it's a hell of a lot of money, I believe, a hell of a lot of money. The second offer is a big offer.
Just to try and understand, because I asked Eddie Hearn yesterday, or it might be the day before, what is the issue? Because on paper, if I'm looking at it, and obviously no disrespect to Terry, but fighting Terry Harper for that kind of money is obviously it's a lot of reward, and the risk is a lot less than fighting Clarissa Shields. If it is Clarissa, obviously Katie Taylor and McCaskill, obviously it's debatable, but it's an undisputed fight as well. You chuck that into the mix. So what is it you've done? I'm just curious, and I'm sure the fans are curious as well. What is it you've done? Because it seems like it's really deep and some sort of, is it hatred or what's Stefy Bull done to stop this fight from happening?
He baffles me. I mean, like, look, I'm annoying to my own family. I'm annoying to my fighters in gym, so I'm annoying on social media, but that's it like, I'm annoying, so what? Like, if I'm annoying or not, what have I done? It past a few tweets, said a few things. Like, You know what I mean? I don't understand it. But listen, don't lose sleep over it or people's opinions or what I've said or what I haven't said. It's like, it's not. I've certainly haven't done anything that's, if people have took what's been said personally in past and things, it's, I can only apologise. But no, listen, we all say things, don't we? So I don't even know. I'm baffled myself. But listen, it is what it is, isn't it?
The reason I'm asking that is because the assumption online was that it's something to do with Eddie Hearn, but obviously it seems like, to be fair, I still don't really know who's to blame or what the reason is.
Listen, it can't be Eddie because they're willing to fight McCaskill, they're willing to fight Taylor, so it seems to be me. I might have got under the skin and upset people, but I don't know what to say about that or what I can say, but the facts is me being like that maybe have built the fight as big as it is. It is undisputed. It's got rivalry. It's got all the ingredients. It's a promoter's and a broadcaster's dream. It's not. Hate's a strong word. There's no hate going on here, is it? It's like it's had back and forth on social media for years. It's got two world champions at the same weight that fought to a controversial draw, or what people like to call. Some people thought Teddy won, some people thought Natasha won. The facts are it were a draw, and you can't get away from that. People have got opinions on every fight, whatever fight. There's big fights happening this weekend. On Monday there'll be opinions on. That is what it is, but the facts state that fight was a draw. There's Needle, and it's all British, undisputed. First time it's ever been done. Terry and Natasha was the first all British female world. It's just got so much, There's got Joe Gallagher, who's a great personality, and it's got everything. It's got everything. It's got all the ingredients, and if the fight does happen, I hope the girls go and make an absolute fortune and it is what it is. But regarding if it's me to blame, it's like, what can I do? What can I do?
It definitely, like I said, you said that it did split opinion. I think you asked me after the fight, and I normally never give my opinion, but I thought Tasha did win by a round. But it was a close fight, and like I said, whatever happens, it'll be interesting to see. But I'll let you sign up with a final message. Do you want to look into the camera, and have you got a message for Joe, your best buddy Joe, and Tasha?
Joe's somebody who I look up to. Freaking hell, he's one of the best coaches of like Britain's had, isn't he? And statistics show that. So it's not. Listen,
on that point, because I spoke to Dominic Inga earlier today, and we spoke about that, and. I personally think, I don't think he gets the recognition that he probably should get, especially from boxing fans, because you see the trends online when people talk about a lot of the upcoming coaches, and no disrespect to them, but Joe's won everything, undisputed titles, 14 British titles.
Yeah. Listen, facts are facts, aren't there? The man's been at the highest end having success like forever. So we live in a modern world where there's social media, so it's like I've said things that have upset people, and 100%, and I stand by, the more success you have also brings a lot of hate, and on social media, yes, but what does it care? People in boxing will respect Joe because his statistics are there for us all to see, and it's been, when I've been a young coach coming through, you aspire to have that kind of success. Even myself having a little bit of success at a lesser level, you get your hate. But listen, all we've got is blinkers on in life, tunnel vision on what you're doing. I ain't got a monkey's caring of what people of opinions. I just get my head down and do the best I can for the fighters that I manage, for the fighters that I coach, and that's all we can do. But there's no doubt about it, Joe's been one of the best consistently for years, so you can only respect that.
Final message to Ben Shalom, Joe, Tasha?
I ain't got no message. I've got no message for anyone. It's not.
It's best you don't do messages because you get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, that saying in it is what it is. When it comes down to it, you can only respect them. There's no hard feelings. It's just a massive fight. Everything seems to. It's just that big look at social media. It's that, and that's the big. The magnitude of the fight. It is a big fight. I don't think Shields and Natasha is a bigger fight. I don't even think. I mean, it can be, but I don't even think. I'll go to say I don't think Jonas versus Taylor's a bigger fight. Financially, it might be bigger for them because there's no doubt about it. Katie's the biggest draw in female boxing. She does bring. But is there really a bigger fight than an all British undisputed fight that's got history? It's massive. They know. Listen, they know it's massive. They're playing the game. They're playing the game.
Well, let's see how it all unfolds. I appreciate your time, Stefy, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you.